Hey everyone, it's Karen here coming to you from beautiful sunny Brisbane. A little bit chilly in the morning right now. Today I wanted to come to you with, asking yourself a question of who are you surrounding yourself with? And I think it's a really vital question because sometimes we don't give it any thought. So my question to you is that who are you surrounding yourself with? What plan do you have for your life? Because I think it's really great that, we grow up in life. We go to school, we have our school friends, then we, go to high school, we have our high school friends, we graduate, we tend to stay around, sometimes a few of those school friends, we get into work or uni, we have a new circle of people that we start to surround ourselves with, and it really comes down to what it is that you're wanting in life. And so the reason I'm asking you the question is because today I really feel like I'm surrounded by absolute greatness. I'm surrounded by people who are uplifting, people who really challenge me, people who really are in tune with the things that I'm looking for so that I can then impart my greatness to the world. And so it got me thinking to myself, well, if that's me, what happens for most people? And I think, today it's really easy to get led by all the social media. It's really easy to get led by all the things that we are surrounded ourselves with. We're more connected today than we've ever been. And it's so easy to get pulled this way or pulled that way. So when I ask you who are you surrounding yourself with, I'm not only just talking about friendships, but it is also relevant to, your social media. So here's a couple of questions that I really wanted you to ask yourself, because these are some of the things I asked myself this morning, and I haven't got all the answers yet. So, but I will throughout the day. And so here's a question for you. Who are the 5 people who I surround myself with the most? Now, obviously there's going to be, if you have a family, a partner and children, that's going to be one person, but, and they can be very influential, absolutely, no question about it. But if it's the partner and the children, maybe just count them as one. Who are those other people that you are seeking advice from? Who are the 5 people that you value their opinion? I know that we often have a lot of friends, but often people are acquaintances more so than our friends. But who is it that you're taking your advice from? Who is it that you're asking for solutions and a different perspective of? Because unless you are asking people who are doing what you want to do better than what you are, you could end up in a place that is completely off track to where you're wanting to head in life. And so, so the reason I'm asking this is because I was having a conversation last night with, a tribe of greatness, and some of these questions started to come up. And then today, my day has started really powerfully, with some of the things that I've undertaken, some of the personal development I've undertaken, some of the conversations I've had today with some absolutely mind-blowing great people. And so it got me thinking that if that's the same for me, maybe it's the same for you. I don't know. Feel free to let me know, what it is that you do. Or maybe you struggle with this. Maybe you haven't, designed a life plan for yourself. Maybe you're floating, just like a feather in the wind. Whichever way it goes is where you're going. And here's the thing I would say to you here is you were born for greatness. You only get one life. We're not here to be able to just have a practice session. Like, this is it. So you were born, which means that you're worthy. And so the greatness that you have inside of you, no one else has that, okay? You actually are the only one who has that. And I know so often, particularly through social media, we compare ourselves so much that we're not good enough. We're not good enough, we're not pretty enough. We don't have the right physique. We don't feel like we have anything to offer a lot of people. And whatever that might be for you, I'm really not sure. But, I've been through all of those thoughts myself. And I'm no different to anyone else. I'm human. And so what is interesting is that if you are surrounded by the people who are doing things better than what you do in accordance with the goals that you've designed for yourself, and the plan you've designed for your life, then those people are going to lift you up when you fall down. And I say this to my clients all the time. You don't need someone in your corner when things are great. Yeah, it's great that they celebrate with you, but you need them more than ever when things are not great. And so what tends to happen if you are surrounding yourself with people who are negative, maybe people who watch the news all the time, if you haven't noticed, those people are generally quite negative. So, and check it out, if you haven't noticed that before, check out those who watch the news and start to see the conversations that are being had. And so who are those people that you're surrounding yourself with? Because you might even recall, have you ever walked into a room and you can feel the energy and you can feel the tension? So if we can walk into a room and know nothing of what has happened and we can feel tension, or on the other side, we can walk into a room and we can feel the fun, the vibe, the great energy that's happening, then doesn't it make sense that whatever the energy vibration is around you, that's what you're going to absorb? It just is the way it is. And so we have to start thinking a little differently if we want to achieve some certain goals. And I know for me, I've got some really big goals, and I say this all the time, and for me, enough is enough. Enough of my own rubbish, enough of my own stuff. I'm really looking for those people who are doing things better than I am, so that I can learn, I can copy, I can duplicate, and I can achieve my goals and my dreams because they're worth it. They're absolutely worth it. And so what I want to say to you is that you're worth it. Your goals and your dreams are worth it. So surround yourself with the people who are going to uplift you and bring you up. So that on the day, maybe there's a day that you wake up and you're not feeling the greatness vibe that you have, and you're not feeling that you can empower other people. Maybe that's you today. And if it is, and you're joining me, thank you. Thank you for being here. I really appreciate you. I'm grateful that, you've jumped onto social media. And if you have, then I'm really grateful for you, because you are surrounding yourself from a social media point of view with positivity. Okay, so yes, we've got one aspect where there is the people we surround ourselves with physically, but there's also all the stuff that comes at us through social media. So maybe, have you ever thought about doing a cleanup of your social media? Maybe you've got those friends who complain all the time on social media. If that is you, well, firstly, if that's you, I would be suggesting that unless you have a life plan and some goals that you want to achieve, then that kind of stuff you just need to get rid of. And I know that can be tough, but you just got to cut that out. Facebook and social media is definitely not a place to air your dirty laundry. And I don't mean that you can't be real. You can certainly be real and honest, and take people on a journey, but it's not a dumping ground to let your frustrations out, so maybe it's time to do a bit of a checklist of your friends on Facebook. Maybe it's time that you take a checklist of what you're allowing into your vibration. So if you're a client of mine and you're on a journey of health, fitness, and weight loss, toning, and greatness, you wouldn't want to be following some of those pages that promote unhealthy foods like cake, or ways to make foods that are full of fats and carbohydrates. And not that fats and carbohydrates are bad, it's all in moderation. But you don't want to be following these things that you see constantly, because when you see it, you're going to want it. So it makes sense that you align yourself and be connected all the way around physically, through social media, the internet, that you are seeing things that are uplifting you. A lot of the time I see, and I've seen it with some of my friends, and they've talked about, they've talked about really making sure that, I've got to get off Facebook because it's not good. Well, I love Facebook because I surround myself with people who inspire me daily. I read positive, uplifting things. I see the great things that my clients are doing and how they're really working on improving themselves. I get to follow people that lift me up when I need lifting up. So you can have something like social media or the people that you're around. You get to choose what you allow in, and sometimes and I'm talking from my own experience here. Sometimes I haven't valued myself enough to walk away, or I haven't valued myself enough to say, well, that's not where I'm at anymore. I've moved on. I've moved forward. And, you know, my hope for you is that in the next year, you are We're not designed to be staying at the same place. We're designed to grow, empower, and make our community great. And you can then share your greatness with everybody else. So I just wanted to share that with you today to maybe help you think maybe a little bit differently, to help you start realizing that you're worthy, that you've got a lot of greatness inside of you, and that the world absolutely needs the impact that you can make. No matter how big or small you may think that is, no matter what you think others may say about you, that's not your business. Your business is to live your life on your terms and let that greatness that's inside of you shine. So before I close, all I want to say is if you join me today, I can't see anyone coming up, so I have no idea. I don't know if there's been any comments or not. But what I would say is thank you if you've joined me today. If you're on the replay, thank you so much. If you got value from this, you know, please share. And if I can help you out, feel free to comment below or, you know, send me a private message. I'd love to be able to connect with you and, you know, hear the greatness that you're working on, the passion, and that, you know, and maybe this is even all new for you. And if it is and you'd like some help, you know, definitely reach out. All right, have a fantastic day. I'll see you later. Bye for now.